All right, we're live. It's Receptive Radio. And today we're talking about courage and how much courage you need to stay committed to what you want. It is so easy to get pulled off of the course that you're on because you're not having instant success. It's too hard or you're distracted. And I find that I asked a question today at a networking group that I was in, and I said, how many people want to reach for your potential? So tell me in this group, how many of you want to reach for your potential? Put your hand up, like in the comments. And how many of you are distracted? Put your hand up in the comments. So you can't have both. You can't have both. And that's specifically what I help people with is I help guide you to realize your potential and clear the obstacles, the challenges, the distractions, the bad relationships, the unfulfilling work out of the way so you can really commit. And you need courage to commit. So today, welcome. This is Receptive Radio, your tuning station, specifically for conscious entrepreneurs, people who want to reach their potential, the people who are dreaming the new world into existence right now, not only dreaming it, but are doing the legwork, the self-development work. This show is for you. And I go live every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. And how many of you are getting frustrated, getting distracted by how much work it takes to actually realize your potential? This is a full-time job, realizing your potential. And self-development work brings more self-development work. So I've noticed that it's really easy when you're creating something that you offer through your medicine, through your gifts, through your purpose, right? And it doesn't work out the first time you do it. It's so easy to say, oh, I shouldn't even do it anymore. I should make something new or do it. You think that it didn't work. How many of you have tried something and it was not an instant success? Put a yes or no in the comments. I mean, if you're having instant success, did you have instant success when you first started going after what you wanted? Oh, I hope you did, but I'm not finding instant success myself. And growing up, just from my experience, whenever you start something new, instant success isn't the norm. Okay. So let's just go back to you started. This is important. You started something, you did something, celebrate that. You created an opportunity to do your purpose work or to expand or inspire other people. And okay, not everybody saw it, only 2 people saw it or 30 people saw it, not the thousands and millions that you thought should. But you did it. You did it. So it's really important to recognize that you did do something. You started something because some people never even start. They never even get the courage to make the leap and crash and burn or get to the other side. So you started, you did something, and it got you to the other side. It got you feedback. It got you, oh, I had a little bit of interest. Maybe I should do this again. So I've just been, developing things and having success in my business and witnessing my friends and clients going after their dreams and wanting to give up if they're not having instant success, instead of doing it again, getting better at it every time that you do it, or working with what you already have. So I am a visionary. if there's some other ones out here in this group, let me know, but I can come up with ideas. I am an idea generator. I can invent solutions, solve problems, and I can do it in multiple different ways. I just, it's part of what I like to do. I see potential and I can see solutions. And I don't need to create thousands of different ways to solve the same problem. If I have one good solution, one good offer, one good thing that works and I know it works, I should be focusing on that. And that is what I'm recommending to you. So let me tell you a story. I got a good idea, and maybe some of you out there too have had really good ideas, maybe a few years ago, while you're still in the bad work or the unfulfilling relationship or both. And you got an idea, but you didn't act on that idea. You never brought it forward. But now it's a few years later and you're bringing that idea forward. And it's starting to work. Well, back when I stepped off the ledge and quit the accounting career and took the leap into my purpose work, my potential work, realizing and self-actualizing myself, I got the hit that I should start a networking thing or start networking. And my coaches were telling me to start networking. But I had this fear of putting myself out there still. I didn't want to I didn't know how to explain what I did. I do. I didn't have my messaging right. I didn't have all of my products lined up and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't network. And now I'm behind the 8 ball because I didn't start something that I was guided and directed to start because I was afraid. And so I'm trying to make a connection here is lots of times the answers are given to us way before we ever even get the courage to act on them. And we don't need to really create new solutions to a lot of things. We just have to start recognizing the ones that are right in front of our face, the ones that are there right in front of us, the opportunities to make a change. And it doesn't have to be a very hard change. It just is, you need to get some courage. And then you have to commit because networking is a long game. And I offer you, this is really important. If you're wanting to realize your potential and however your potential manifests, however your gift manifests, and you're still doing something that's not your potential, like you're still in a relationship that doesn't support you realizing your potential, or you're still in work that isn't fulfilling and is not what you want to do, but you don't know how to make money doing what you want to do. You need to start somewhere and listening to your guidance and get the courage to start small steps before you take big, courageous leaps. And so this is so important because I could have been more successful now with a wider network and have greater visibility if I wasn't afraid 2 years ago. So our fear is really one of the biggest obstacles that gets in the way of us realizing our potential. And usually our fears get blown up bigger than they actually are. And it's just so interesting that they really manifest bigger than they are. And then when you actually go and do the networking in this case, it isn't as bad as it seems. So I was downloading the monthly transmission, and it's going to get sent out to the email list today. And I'm just finishing the last few edits. And I downloaded it yesterday. And the theme is courage and commitment. So I'm giving you a little preview here. And it's so easy to decide while you're already in the jump through the air and going for it. Oh, it's not working the way I thought. No, I'm not going to do it. If you decide that midair or midway, and you're going to get veered off course. And there's going to be so many opportunities for you to veer off course, to get distracted, to think it's too hard, to let your fear stop you from moving forward. So it takes an immense and incredible amount of courage to keep staying committed. And you need to work with other people and have mentors, have coaches, have people cheering you on, and you need to be cheering yourself on a regular basis, because we don't cheer ourselves on enough. We beat ourselves up way more than we cheer ourselves on. And that's something we all need to shift. And once you do start something, so I started networking at the beginning of the year, January, and I did it every week. I joined a specific group to network with, and they have rules. You have to show up every week and all that kind of stuff. And it's good for somebody who gets started. And on so now it's what, August 1st. Now I'm getting a lot of traction with it, and I'm networking and other things. And I've started my own networking event online, which I'll post in the events, or it's already posted in the events if you're interested in coming. And once you start doing something and it's not like you're not having that instant success, do it again. Do it again. You're just going to refine and repeat and refine and repeat, refine and repeat, and then it's going to work. And you're going to rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And it's going to be your thing that works. We don't have to keep creating a whole bunch of new things when we're dealing with something that does work. We just have to keep going with it. It's just like meditation. And I teach meditation, and I'm an expert meditator. I've been doing daily practice for 30 years. Doing it just one day doesn't work. You have to keep doing it, because results aren't always in the right in front of our eyes. We aren't, results come later. They show up after you commit to doing it. Get the courage, the commitment, and commit to doing it. And I wanted to share a practice with you around celebrating your courage, celebrating your commitment, celebrating your small successes and your large successes, because you're having small successes. Recognize that, celebrate it, and then keep refining, repeating, and then rinsing and repeating. But celebrate yourself. And one way to do that came through yesterday when I was writing is gratitude. And we can do more gratitude out loud to help us repeat it and to get it going. And it goes a long way. So one of the ways that we can celebrate and give gratitude to ourselves, because when we give gratitude to ourselves, we are giving gratitude to the universe. And it's a giving and receiving situation that's going on. It's reciprocity. And one of the ways is just to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the little things. And when you have a little win right away, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can also add like hand mudras. They call them mudras in South Asian culture, and probably a whole bunch of other cultures, that, kind of cement it into your body, like into your programming. And one of them is like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Or you can thank you, thank you, thank you. Or you can do this, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just reminding yourself, yes, I'm doing it. I started. I'm courageously committing to doing this, whatever it is. It can also be for like stopping an addiction, not having a drink to celebrate. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for taking care of your body in a different way, for celebrating in a different way. So, reaching your potential and realizing it and self-actualization have been, at my top of mind lately. And there's so many ways to get in our own way. We are wanting to develop into who we really are, our true authentic self, realize our potential. And there's so many ways to get distracted from it. And to beat ourselves up because we're distracting ourselves from it. So every time that you celebrate a small success by saying thank you to yourself, you're doing a huge shift in consciousness so that you're imprinting yourself with a new pattern. Because what we're actually doing is we're unraveling a lot of old conditioning and old patterning from generations, childhood, ancestors around courage, commitment, discipline. And what happens is there's just new distractions. So maybe you're not distracted by drinking while you're celebration or whatever, but you'll do it in a different way, right? Like, so celebrating when you overcome one of those distractions without having to add a new distraction on top of it. I know I'm kind of going off a little bit here, but the biggest cost that I've witnessed in myself and the biggest interruption and interference that distracts me from realizing my potential is not staying committed to what I already have, to what I already am working with that works. And even if it is not an instant success, to keep working with what I already do know works, and then modifying it, repeating it, doing it again, getting better at it. And I've needed help to keep noticing my blind spots, to keep seeing where I distract myself. And that's what I help people with. Everybody needs people to help them to keep courageously committing, courageously going for it, courageously reaching your potential and self-actualization, so that we can create this new, better, beautiful world that we are all imagining together without keep sliding back to the old paradigm, to the old ways, because it gets hard. So right now I have some spots this month to do some one-to-one calls. So I'm just going to put the link in the chat for a breakthrough call. So if there's anything around your potential that you're having trouble realizing and the obstacle that keeps holding you back, I'd love to give you some support on that in the free call. And this is Receptive Radio, August 1st. And I'll see you next week at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. And this show is for you who are interested in self-actualization and realizing your potential. You're a conscious entrepreneur, you're a conscious intrapreneur, and you want to become even more conscious, just like me. So thank you so much. Have a great day.